Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Can you reach him? I'm very excited to be here today. This is my very first video, and so I decided to do this video because a lot of people were constantly on my IG asking me, hey, like, how do you travel? How do you do so often? How do you know where to go? How do you get the deals? Somebody inboxed me and they said, yo Eric, put me on. What's the wave? What's the vibe? You know what? Today I'm here to tell y'all what the vibe is, right? Today I am here to answer every single one of your questions. You know why? Because I want everybody to travel just like I am doing it. And you are capable of doing it. You are, I'm telling you. It's all about how bad
do you want it? How bad do you want it?
Alright, cool. So, now, let's get to the whole traveling thing. So, my name is Eric. I am currently living in New York City. I am blank years old. But if you know me, you know how old I am. So, ain't nothing to worry about there. I am Dominican. I was born and raised in the Dominican Republic.
Can plátano, ya know the vibes.
I love to travel. I've been traveling now for about 3 years consistently, and I try to travel. I know this sounds really excessive and really crazy, but I try to travel every 2 months, right?
Wherever I can go, I make it happen. Wherever's cheapest, you'll find me. Okay? Okay? Alright, cool. So,
when it comes down to traveling, I always keep in mind 2 essential questions, right? And that's number 1, what is my budget? Being as realistic as possible, because that's another thing. When it comes down to planning a vacation, you have to be realistic. Be realistic with your budget. Don't be out here having
champagne taste and you got beer money.
You got Corona money and you want more. No. 2, how much time do I have? Because those questions are always gonna come back to every phase of the planning, right, process. The whole process, those 2 questions, you're always gonna keep them in mind. When it comes down to planning, you people, to be realistic, you need to have deadlines, alright? I need to do this by a certain day, I need to do this by the 15th, I need to have this by the 13th. Get yourself a calendar. Get yourself a... I built myself a nice little calendar, right? Where I keep all the dates, the due dates, when I get paid, etc. So the very first step is, step number one, y'all, research. And this phase, I will usually last about, I want to say 2 days. So when it comes down to researching, you pretty much want to get down all your ideas of where you're going, how much it's going to cost to get there, why do you want to go there, how's the weather there, what's the cheapest route, which is the most important thing. So when I'm talking about the cheapest route, and later on in step number 3, I'm going to be talking about the search engines that I utilize, and I'm also going to link them down below so you guys can use them as well. So when it comes down to the research, I can't even speak. Sorry y'all, I just came from brunch, super actually. So anyway, so when it comes down to research, this is where I utilize because I think that the base of your traveling, well, not the base, but I want to say the foundation is pretty much your stay and your flight. That's the foundation to your vacation. Afterwards then comes what am I going to do there, the nightlife, etc., and all that stuff. So research, we're pretty much talking about flights and we're picking where we're going. Does that make sense? So we're gonna go to Skyscanner, alright, which is the best search engine in terms of flights, at least for me. Why? Because it just gives you so much control over the dates, the time period, the time of arrival and departure, and also a pretty dope feature that I love is that it gives you multi-city, which is something that I just utilized recently. I was able to buy like five different flights for $180, y'all. Like, that's gonna be the next video. I'm gonna put y'all on to that wave. So we'll go to Skyscanner and then let's search by destination. So when we're searched by destination, let me see. When you go to put destination, you put anywhere, and then I think that the time is anytime. So at that point, or you can, I think it gives you the option to put whatever month you want to travel in. So gonna throw you so many different places where you can go to, and the first one is always gonna be the cheapest option. We hit our search engine, let's say for the next 2 months, it's gonna show us all the cheapest places to go to. Boom, we have Vegas, we have Cali, we have Florida, we have this. So that's pretty much how I kinda like finalize the research stage in terms of deciding where I'm going. Is a place that I've never been, 1. 2, what's the cheapest, and number 3, how long do I have at the place? Because I'm not trying to go to Cuba for like 3 days if all I have is 3 days. You have to be really realistic in terms of your time frame, people. That's something that, number 1 thing. Cheapest one, I picked that, let's say it's Vegas. Round trip all the way from the West Coast, well, I'm in the East Coast, but all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, $300. Boom, I got my flight. That's it, baby. That's how I do it. I got my flight, round trip, $300. My research stage is done. But also in the research stage, it's not only worrying about so much about the flight, but also research a little history about the different type of places that you see. Pick the first 3 cheapest flights that you see on Skyscanner and do research on these places and see which one do you want to go to. Period. Now, phase number 2, y'all. Step number 2 of the process is planning. So when it comes down to planning for me is maybe the least stressful part of the process, just because I take about 2 days to do the planning stage. So in the planning stage, what we do here is we pretty much we do that second in-depth research of the place we're going to. So we already picked Vegas. So now we're gonna go ahead and look for activities to do in Vegas, what's popular to do there, what food are good, what are things that you relate to that you can do that are fun for you. And so we're just pretty much planning activities. We're looking for places to go to, we're looking for things to do. Pretty much it. And in 2 days, I think 2 days is more than enough to do this. 2 days, boom, you got your planning stage. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the 3rd step. So when it comes down to the 3rd step, I feel like this is the most goddamn stressful step in the whole entire process, just because it takes me about a week to figure this step out, which is the booking. We spoke about research, planning, and now where I'm booking, right? And step number 3. So with the booking for me is really stressful, just because I like to get the best deal.
I like to get my pennies worth, y'all.
Like, y'all have no idea. I work really hard, so I make sure that I get the best deal. So I'm researching all types of times, y'all. I'm researching at work, while I'm on break, while I'm in the bathroom. I get up, small little tip, get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and go incognito to look for the flights, look for Airbnbs and things like that, because the price actually fluctuates, because the website's not as flooded with people. You have to think about the peak time. So when it's like, let me say, morning time, it's flooded. Let's say after 5, people got out of work, they have that time to log in, blah 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 blah, and so you're gonna see the prices hike up crazy. So see, you just learned something. The latest that you do it, or at least like the non so much peak time, so the times that you think people are not so much booking, things like that, are the best times for you to book anything. That goes in terms of anything. I look for every goddamn deal there is. And so I told you guys in step number 1 that I was gonna mention a lot of the research engines that I use, and so this is where it comes in, baby. So y'all already know one, which is my favorite one, Skyscanner. Boom, we got Skyscanner. We can also utilize Expedia. So Expedia is really good when it comes down to things to do, places to stay, even car rentals. Expedia is like my number 2 to go to. So my number 1 website in the list, Skyscanner. Number 2, y'all, is Expedia. Expedia is gonna give y'all everything y'all need, yo. When I'm telling you everything y'all need. All right. Number 3, Airbnb. And remember, we're talking about booking. When it comes to a place to stay, the best way to go is the cheapest route, which is goddamn Airbnb. Why? You get the whole damn place to yourself. You can get groceries, you can do this. It's for yourself. And there's options also where you could, go to a hostel and share rooms and things like that. But that's pretty much on you, on however you want to do it. So Airbnb is really good just because also you're able to read the reviews. I'm really big on reviews, which is crazy. I need to start writing them more, but I read reviews, I pay attention, like I compare so much, a lot. When it comes down to Airbnbs, I really get into this, y'all. Airbnb. So Skyscanner, Expedia, Airbnb. So we also have Orbitz. Orbitz is, like I said, I'm gonna link them down below. Orbitz is a great search engine. It's pretty much kind of like Expedia. It's like I always say the ghetto version of Expedia, because I don't know, it's pretty much the same deals, but I just prefer Expedia because I've been using it for a while. You also have Travelocity. Travelocity is really good. So it's pretty much like I said, it's a version of Expedia and Orbitz. And then the last one is Student Universe. So this one I have not used, but I've been looking to it and I've heard about it. So Student Universe, they give you like great. I'm sorry, I need to crack my back, y'all. Like, I've been turning up since Friday, y'all. So anywho, and today's Sunday, and I'm gonna turn up all the way to Monday. So Student Universe gives students the benefit of getting really great deals when it comes down to flights. You get a lot of discount prices. God damn it, this is the 4th time that I'm recording this damn video, and you know what, y'all gonna get what you get, period. Alright, my camera just died on me. It died yesterday. Y'all gonna have clips from yesterday, today, like, whatever. Yeah, be alright. So keep in mind, when it comes down to booking, I use all my resources. When I mean I use all my resources, I use all my resources. I ask my friends. I have this particular friend that, she's not a friend, she's more like, at this point, like a parent to me, but she always gives me like the best discount websites ever. Like any type of coupon y'all can think of, she got it. So I always go to her and ask her for any coupons that she knows of. I also go to different websites and see if I can get any discounts on flights on top of the deal that I'm already getting. Also people, little tip, when y'all applying for credit cards, please make sure y'all get benefits from them, because if we're not getting benefits, then it ain't it. That's not the vibe. We on some city girl vibes, okay? Alright, we trying to get benefits from everything, even from the air. If you're around me, you gotta benefit me. If not, I'm gonna let you, period. When you're applying for credit cards, make sure they give you guys, like, for example, I have an Amex. I have Amex Delta. So the Amex Delta, they give, this is just ridiculous. But the Amex Delta gives me miles back for all the purchases that I make, so I can later on utilize those to buy flights. So for example, right, I've been using the Delta crazy. I just swipe that everywhere, like that's, and I've earned, like, in like less than a year, I've earned 60,000 points, and I was able to buy a flight to my country, to the Dominican Republic, for 10,000 miles plus $46, y'all. What? Who can do that? $46, y'all, to DR when usually flights are 800 and 600. Listen, the plug. So also ask your friends, yo, be like, yo, you got any benefits in this card? Yo, you know about this, you know about that. Another card that I have that's really good is Discover. So Discover gives you miles. They give you cash back. So the Amex gives you miles to fly, but the discovery gives you cash back, and I've earned like $500 on cash, y'all, just because I'm swiping and swiping and swiping. So keep that in mind, alright? Step number 4. So when it comes down to step number 4, y'all, now we're breaking down the itinerary, alright? So we done went through research, number 1. Number 2, step number 2, planning. Number 3, we done went through the booking. Number 4, I went the itinerary, y'all. So the itinerary is the easiest thing ever. That's pretty much the outline of what the heck is gonna be going on while you're out there. The times, the exact places, what you're gonna be doing. It's pretty much just writing down everything that you finalized that you booked. So I'm talking about outlining prices, writing down times, writing down accommodations that you guys are meeting, writing down what day you're gonna do what, and blah blah blah, etc. So it's pretty much basic. So that's the itinerary. So Saturday when I get there, I'm doing this, and that. And so this is my thing, right, about planning. So when you plan, you always have a plan. So you always have something to do. But if that plan doesn't work, you always have a backup. So I like to have a backup always. It's always good to plan, y'all. Planning is essential for living. Period. You always have to think ahead.
Always stay one step ahead of the game.
Step number 5. So step number 5, we're pretty much at the end of the whole process. We have one more. So step number 5 is preparation. So when I'm talking about preparations, I mean make any arrangements that you have to make. What that means is, if you have to call your bank to let them know that you're gonna be out of the country, so that they don't swipe. So when you're out there swiping, they can't freeze your car for fraud that you did not do. Call them up. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be out the country for so and so time. I'm gonna be here like at such place at this time for this long. Blah blah blah. So that way you don't have to struggle. You don't want to be embarrassed out there swiping. And swiper fraud. You don't want to do that. Call your phone company. Hey, I'm gonna be away for a certain time. Like, what plans do you have available so that I can have internet there? Blah blah blah, etc. Which is really beneficial. I do that all the time. Also, if you guys need to make any arrangements in terms of where you need to be picked up, if you have to be picked up at the airport, if you have to be doing that, this is the time to do this, y'all. Preparations is like maybe the second step that's most important to me. Preparations, but it's almost at the end, so that's why I left it for number 5. Preparations, I'm talking about packing, y'all. Pack the right stuff. Know where you're going, know the weather, know what you're gonna be doing, so that you can dress accordingly. Alright? Yeah, I don't want to be out here overdressed or underdressed. Nobody got time for that. Number 6, which is the last thing, baby, is just vacation. Time to
Enjoy.
party. Time to enjoy, y'all. That was pretty much how I organized my traveling in terms of the steps that I take to make it happen. Right? 6 steps. Don't forget them. Research, planning, booking, itinerary, preparations, and number 6, just vacation, baby. Turn out time.